All right, we're live. Steve, we're live. It's so
All
exciting.
right. Yeah, so exciting.
So welcome everybody to our Cyber Monday live stream. And hope you're enjoying your Cyber Monday. We didn't do this on Black Friday because, frankly, this is a weird year. And everything is happening online anyway. And so, we figured maybe Cyber Monday would be the better bet. And and what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. And Friday, I was on vacation anyway. So I'm not going to come back from vacation for a live stream. Don't be ridiculous. So, Steve, how's your Cyber Monday going? How are things looking?
Cyber Monday's been going good so far. Finding a lot of cool deals out there. Surprisingly, I thought everything would be the same as Black Friday, considering everyone's shopping online. But there's definitely some Cyber Monday stuff that I found that was pretty good out there.
So we're going to go into a few products, stuff that we've kind of highlighted. In fact, I'll throw them up here now so people can see what we're going to be talking about mainly. But is there anything outside of our Echo and Nest and Reolink and Ring that you found just out of curiosity? Did you see anything cool?
I'll
tell you what I didn't get, and that was my PlayStation, because I still can't play a PlayStation.
Yeah, can you find that anywhere?
No, not right. I mean, I can't. I'm not cool enough or have the right connections or something. So
yeah. As far as like other deals that I was finding out there, I don't have anything that I had loaded up because I have everything on that computer behind me.
Yeah. What do you typically look for, like on a Cyber Monday or a Black Friday? Are you a TV guy? Do you look for, all the smart home stuff that you're really into?
Typically, it's a lot of just the smart home stuff, just because that's what my audience cares the most about. I am actually in the market of looking at buying a new TV. My TV is 10 years old now, maybe 11. So I'm definitely in that range of needing something else, which I'm trying to decide between LG or Samsung. Those are probably the two that I'm leaning towards. But I haven't really seen any good deals on TVs yet.
I'm hoping for like maybe one more year and the OLED displays will finally come down enough in price for me to finally justify it.
Yeah.
Now, especially with spending so much time at home, and I'm constantly testing products on this TV next to me, watching movies and TV on a daily basis. I'm like, you know what? It might be time to finally invest in a really good display.
Yeah.
But right now it's just a little out of reach for me.
Yeah, and I've been noticing some advertising with 8K. So I feel like 8K is starting to make a push now, and hopefully, by next year, the 4Ks are really going to start dropping.
Yeah, the 8K, gosh, we were seeing that 2 years ago at CES. Yeah. They were talking about 8K, and it was all kind of like, yeah, okay, whatever. And here it is, finally coming up. So, all right, so let's talk about what we actually came to talk about. We're going to concentrate today on smart home products. Okay, so we're going to be talking about home automation stuff, home security stuff, and we've narrowed it down to a few products that you and I have been testing over the last several months. And so these are products that we know about and can recommend or not, and can point people toward deals. And the one that I want to start with is the Nest Audio. And this is one, so people can check it out. I should have a link. I'll find a link, and people can check out your review of the Nest Audio. But as I recall, you actually really liked the Nest Audio.
Yes, I probably use it on a daily basis. So even though I've reviewed it, it has not gotten boxed back up. I'm still using it probably daily. I really like it. Yeah, it's nice.
Is your home more of a Google home than an Amazon one?
It's funny that you ask that, because prior to this year, I was pretty much strictly Amazon. But once I started diving into Google and testing that out, I've gotten a lot of Google stuff now.
Yeah.
So the Google Nest Hub is probably my favorite smart home product overall.
Yeah. Okay.
But that kind of like opened up the Google ecosystem to me, and now, and now
is that the video hub?
It is.
That you got? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been testing the Echo Show, and I'll have some thoughts on that in the future. But anyway, so I did just share in the chat. Oh, and somebody else did as well. Oh no, yeah, no, that was me twice. In the chat, I've got a link to your Nest Audio review, so people can go check that out.
Perfect.
When we're done with this discussion, by the way, I hope people will stick around because we are going to be giving one away. In fact, are we giving yours away, Steve?
You are. You're giving mine away, which I'm a little bummed about.
So I got to say, by the way, just as a side note, I'm sitting out here in this studio in my backyard. I built this great studio, plenty of space, and it's just been overrun lately with all these products we've been testing. And so I'm actually really excited to do these giveaways and ship out a few of these products. And
yeah, I agree.
Hopefully people will appreciate that. So anyway, with the Nest Audio, it's gotten you into that daily use of the Google ecosystem, but you like the sound of it quite a lot as well, right?
Yeah, it's really bassy. It's got a great sound. I mean, I don't really have anything to compare it to as far as the Amazon stuff. I don't have a big beefy Amazon speaker, but I mean, just having this one, I really have been enjoying it.
Yeah, I would like to at some point. I'm kind of jealous that you got to test that one because I'd like to compare it. I've got the Echo, the third gen Echo in my kitchen, and I like that one quite a bit. It's there's also the Echo Studio that's supposed to be the real big boy as far as that sort of thing goes. But we'll talk more about the Echo stuff. So anyway, so if people are looking for the Nest Audio, we did find if you go on Amazon, which is a competitor obviously of Nest, they're not going to give you the best deal. So it typically retails for $100, and that's what I found it for on Cyber Monday on Amazon. But if you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, we did find one deal for it. You're getting $15 off. So call it 15% off. I just shared a link to that in the chat, and so people can go check that out if they would like to. I think it worked. Yeah, okay, there it is in the chat. So you can go check out that deal, but hold off on buying it for a second because we are going to give one away. And so, you could be that lucky person. So here's what I'm going to do. Now, we are simultaneously streaming on both YouTube and Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, don't worry, we'll do a giveaway that will involve you as well. But right now, this is for the folks on YouTube. So if you're on Facebook and you want to get involved in this one, you're really interested in the Nest Audio, jump over to our YouTube live stream, and you can do that. So here's what I want you to do. I want in 10 words or less, I want you to vote for Echo or no, here's what I want. No, I don't want you to vote because if you like Echo more, then you shouldn't get the Nest Audio. In 10 words or less, tell me why you want the Nest Audio. And maybe why it's better than Echo or whatever. And we're going to start that in about 10 seconds. Okay, so start typing out your answers, and don't put anything in the chat yet until I say go. And then we've got Angela helping us out and watching. And basically, if you comment with those criteria, tell me why you want the Nest Audio. She'll throw your name in a hat and then draw one out, and I will announce a winner a few moments later. So. All right, I've given everybody a few seconds to start typing it out, and I will give you 30 seconds to get that in the chat on YouTube. It's got to be a YouTube chat. And ready, set, go. All right, so about 30 seconds. I'm going to try to keep track here. All right, somebody asked me, Cardboard Guy asked, Craig, how many subs did you get since your last live stream? 150,000? Yeah, about that many. It's been a crazy month, I guess, for us, or a couple of weeks. Basically, we are doing a dream job, and this has gained a lot of traction. It went pretty viral. A lot of people are getting involved in that. that. And if you check the description there, I've got a link to that dream job if you're interested in it. It has to do with holiday movies. You watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days. And if you're selected, you'll do that, and you get $2,500 plus a lot of other goodies, streaming goodies. And so go check out the link to that in the description. And we still have a few days for you to get signed up for that. So if you haven't done it yet, I would encourage you to do so. A lot of people have gotten involved. It's been a ton of fun. And yeah, it's brought in a bunch of subscribers. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And if you're an old hand, you've been around for a long time, since before the dream job stuff, then thank you so much for sticking with us, and glad to have you here. All right. So I'm going to close that up. So anybody else who comments at this point, sorry, comments are closed. Angela's going to go ahead and pick a winner, and I will announce that in a moment. Okay. So, Steve, any final thoughts on the Nest Audio?
I mean, other than it just being a great speaker, one thing that I would be interested in testing out is I've heard some great things about getting 2 of those and having 2, as a surround sound type system. So I've heard that works really great.
Yeah. Yeah, I can imagine having a couple of those set up, and they're not that expensive for $100 for such a good speaker. That's not nothing. It's not like dirt cheap or something, but you could conceivably get a couple of those and use them that way. Okay, fantastic. All right, so before I select a winner, or before I announce a winner, I do want to make sure that I make clear here that we can't ship outside the U.S., and so I need you to be a U.S. resident, hopefully that'll be the case. And if you're not, if we, pull your name out of the hat and it turns out you're not over 18 and not a U.S. resident, then let me know, and I'd love to select someone else. But hopefully that's not the case. Okay, let's see who we've got. Angela's going to send me a winner here. Okay, Lucia Linares. I'm taking a stab at the pronunciation there. I hope that's right. Lucia Linares, you have won the Google Nest Audio. What I want you to do, we just need to know that it is you. Anybody could email us and claim to be you. So, Lucia, here's what I want you to do. Email info@reviews.org, and in that email, info@reviews.org, just screenshot your YouTube account or something. Basically, just prove that it was you that did that, and we will talk to you. Get your address and get that all sent out. So, Lucia, congratulations, and we'll be doing a bunch more of these. So everybody, stick around. We've got other products that we're going to be talking about. Obviously, we've talked about Nest. We're going to be doing a bunch of Echo, Reolink, which I know Steve's excited about, and Ring products, which I know you're also excited about.
Oh, yeah.
Different reasons. Steve, why don't we do this? Let's go ahead and go to Reolink next.
Okay.
Because I know this is something that you are really passionate about, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to jump off the screen here for a second, and I want you to just give me 30 seconds about why you are so excited about Reolink and your experience with them this year.
Yeah, so Reolink is a company that I hadn't necessarily considered over the last year or so. Typically I've been going with the Rings and the Nests and Arlos, things like that. Eufy is another one, but I've been kind of blown away by Reolink. So they sent the Argus 2 out to me. I tested that out. That was actually a really good camera. The app wasn't the most intuitive. There were a few things that I would like to see changed on it, but the quality of that camera and the audio of it, I was really impressed with. And then just this year, they also came out with the Argus 3, which they completely redesigned. It looks so much better, in my opinion, and it also has a spotlight now. In fact, it has, I think, 2 spotlights on it. It's probably one of the brightest spotlights out of all the cameras that I've tested, so it's really bright at night. quality is still really good, especially for the price that you're picking this thing up at, because I think it's around $130 for the Argus 3, which just blows everything else away in its category, from what I've seen and what I've tested. So in fact, I was kind of thinking that I'll probably do a review comparing a bunch of different cameras. So we'll do, like Ring and Argus and Arlo and stuff like that, and compare just to kind of get a quality of what all of those look like.
Yeah. So and that's been something that has surprised me a little bit, is how much you have loved the Argus product.
Yeah.
Here, I'll throw one up on the screen here. This is the Argus 2. And did you test the unit with the solar panel as well?
For the Argus 2, I did. Yeah, and so I tested that one out, and it's been working great. So I actually still have a test unit that I have in my yard, and it's been going strong. I really like it.
Yeah. So on Amazon right now, you can get these with a 25% off coupon. So I'm not even sure if that's is that a Black or a Cyber Monday thing, or is that just
I don't think it is.
I'm not even sure. But anyway, people can go check that out. I'll throw a link to that in the description. That's the Argus 2.
Yeah.
And there's the Argus 3 as well. I've got a link for that also. Let's see. In fact, I'll mark this one so people know which one it is. And so, yeah, people can go check out the Argus 2 or the Argus 3, whichever one you think is more up your alley. Anyway, so Steve, if you had to pick one, is it worth it to jump to the Argus 3?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's got a better design, like I mentioned. I like the way that they put the mounting on the back of it now. Mm-hmm. So the Argus 2, the mounting is on the bottom. So I like it better on the back, and then that spotlight just makes it worth it right there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then with everything Reolink, or at least with the Arguses that I've tested, you can get solar panels that are super cheap. I think you can get them in bundles where it's an extra like $15 for the solar panel, and it's just an incredible value.
Yeah. So here's that Argus 3 with that back mount that you were talking about.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little easier to put on a wall. I guess, do you think would this one work as well as the Argus 2 if somebody wanted to put it on just like a desktop or something? If they're putting it on a surface instead of like mounting it to a wall.
They both do have flat bottoms, so you can just set it somewhere. You can tell with the Argus 3 here, it's not going to be as flat, so it may be a little bit harder with balance.
Yeah.
To mount that, you may have to look at getting a separate mount, but pretty much for all the security cameras, they all come what they call a 1/4-20 threading. So if you find a mount that you like for an Arlo camera or a Ring camera, it's going to work with this one too.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Cool. So with that in mind, we're going to give away both of those.
Yep.
Actually. And so, as I understand it, they're both good. You like the Argus 3 a little bit better, but these are both good, right?
Yeah, as far as quality of like sound and video quality, they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
The only thing that's going to be different is the look of each one of them.
You know what? And before I do any giveaways, I'm actually going to go look up those links as well on your reviews, so that people can check those out. So we've got the, let's see, Steve's Argus 2 review, if you want to check that out. If you've been looking for a security camera, then this is a really great option, and they are on sale. You can get them a little bit cheaper right now. But go check out Steve's review. And then if you want to go shop for it, 15% off on Amazon for the Argus 3, and then 25% off with that coupon for the Argus 2 that you can get. But again, if you want to go shop for those, hold on for a second, okay? Because we're going to do a similar thing. This one again, you know what? Let's try. I'm going to try including both YouTube and Facebook comments. All right, so we're gonna see how that goes. And here's what I want. Again, just like a quick comment, doesn't have to be an essay or anything, but a few words on why you would want one of these cameras, where you would put it, what you would do with it. What's your use case for these cameras? So in about 10 seconds, I'll say ready, set, go, and you'll type something out. I'll give you, 30 to 60 seconds to do that, either on Facebook or on YouTube. And we'll select a couple of winners. The first one will be for the Argus 2. The second one will be for the Argus 3. So hang in there. And while you're typing that out, I'll get a link to Steve's Argus 3 review as well. And ready, set, go, everybody. All right. Steve, let me find your Argus 3 review. Because that one, we just published that one a few days ago.
Yeah, not long ago.
Chanel needs this camera to watch the dog while at work, which makes it must be a troublemaker dog, right? Steve, do you have any pets? You have cats, right?
We've got 2 cats.
Yeah, I'm a cat guy too. I don't know how many subscribers we're going to lose from that, but I'll admit.
I'm not a cat guy, but we own 2 cats.
But you have one anyway.
Yeah, my wife has 2 cats, we'll say that.
All right. I've linked to that Argus 3 review, and we'll give it 10 more seconds for people's comments to come in. Somebody said, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm watching. Scoob, welcome to the stream. No, that's true. That's actually a good call out. I probably should be mentioning it every few minutes. Today we are talking about smart home deals for Cyber Monday that we found, highlighting stuff that we've reviewed that we really like and finding the best deals on those things. And so we've talked about the Nest Audio, so obviously an audio hub. We've talked about security cameras. Steve's latest fave, the latest craze over at the Steve Does household is the Reolink cameras. By the way, I'm closing those comments, and so I'm gonna have Angela pick a couple of winners. And she can let me know who those are. Anyway, and we're going to be going into Echo next and talking about smart home as such. So not so much the security aspect, but the sorts of things that we've been doing and seeing with Echo and finding some deals there also. All right. And as a reminder, as we are doing these giveaways, you got to be 18 or older and you got to live in the US because we can't ship it overseas. It's just a bit prohibitive for us to do so. So with that in mind, we're going to select some winners and I will let you know what we're going to do after that. The first winner, let's see what Angela's got for me, is Ani923,Anii. I'm going to go with Ani923. I wonder if I can find them. So congratulations, Ani, there we go. Ani923, been needing one for my home, but can't afford it. Don't live in a safe neighborhood. Well, hopefully this helps. Hopefully this helps you out in your situation. And we'll send you out an Argus 2. And Steve, you've got that one, right? So that's your test product. So when people receive these in the mail and they're like, wait a minute, this has been opened. It's like, it's been lovingly tested by Steve.
Yes, absolutely.
So, fantastic. All right, let's see if we can get one for the Argus 3 as well. And the Argus 3 goes to Tango 72374. So Tango 72374. I wonder if I can find them. Hang on, both of you, and I'll give you a little more details. There's so many comments I can't even keep track. There we go. Folks stole my packages from my front step. Oh, that's terrible. I had a friend of mine last night call me up. He lives a mile or so away, and he said, I just need you to come over. He had a package delivered, and I had to go throw it in his garage because package theft is a thing. So, all right. So congratulations to both of you. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to email info@reviews.org. And in order to prove that it's you, just screenshot your YouTube page, this chat, whatever, somewhere that's got your username on there that we can see, and that'll prove that it's you. Just email us at info@reviews.org, and we will get those. We'll get coordinated with you and send those out to the both of you. All right. So congrats to both of you. Um, all right. So let's talk now about Echo. So you have been drifting, it sounds like, a little bit toward
Yes.
Nest,
Yes.
and enjoying that. I'll say I haven't done that yet, in part because my whole residence is just coated in Echo products.
Yeah.
So have you used a lot of Echo in the past, and how do you like it?
I mean, that's pretty much all I have used, and maybe even one reason why I'm drifting a little bit more towards the Google ecosystem is just because I have everything that's Amazon Echo related. Pretty much every product they've come out, I've done a review on, whether it be on Reviews or my channel. So there's not many new things that I'm seeing from them, but yeah, everything in my house pretty much is Echo. The number one thing that we use every single day is the Echo Cube. We have that connected to our TV, and that's like the primary thing. We use that all day, every day. Either setting timers or alarms, or changing the station volume up and down. So that's something that we use all the time.
Yeah, I don't have the Echo Cube. My parents have one, and I found, and maybe you can disabuse me of this notion here. I'm gonna pull this off the screen here for just a second. But okay, so my parents have it, and the Echo Cube, depending on the deal you get on it, you might get it for $80 or $90 or something like that. But I can get an Echo Dot, and I can get a Fire TV stick.
Yeah.
For less than I would get the Cube itself. Do you find any more functionality with it beyond what I would get with just those two products separately? Or is it just nice to have just one product?
I'm trying to remember now, because I know when I very first picked up the Cube, there were certain things that I was able to do on the Cube that I was not able to do combining the two. But it's been so long now since I did it. And I know there have been lots of updates with the Echo Dot and the Fire TV stick, that they might have bridged that gap to where they pretty much do the same things now.
Yeah. I've been using the Echo Dots just kind of as okay, there's one in this room, one out there. Like I said earlier, I work in this studio kind of out in the backyard. And so I keep a dot out here so that my kids can kind of intercom with me out here,
Yeah.
One way to do it.
Yeah.
And lately, I've been testing the Echo Show. So there's an Echo Show 5 and an Echo Show 8.
Yes.
And I figured there wouldn't be any difference in them besides the size. And but I'll do reviews on those in the future.
Okay.
Anyway, we've got the old third generation stuff, but if you go on Amazon, you can get deals on the fourth gen stuff. So if I pull that up here, this is the Echo Dot fourth gen. Now here's the deal: you can actually this is a ridiculous price for a fourth gen Echo Dot. It's a crazy. What's that? 42% off. There is one that you can get with a clock, a built-in clock. And I ordered one of those, but it's on real backlog. And so I'm not going to get it for a few more weeks. But these ones are not on quite such a backlog. You can get it. I mean, you can rush order it, but really December 8th through 11th. So it's a week or two out. Not quite so bad. The other one was, that was the Echo Dot. This is the Echo itself. And they look very similar, but this one is much larger, obviously, the Echo Dot. And this is a deal that I would take a hard look at, 46% off. And when you go and shop for these things on Amazon, one of the things I would really recommend that you do is check this little section right here if you're not used to it. Because, and Steve, you pointed this out to me. Originally, I just had the link to this one. But you can actually get all of these things for the exact same price. You can get a $5 smart plug. Oh, that one's more expensive. Disregard that. You can get the free Hue bulbs with a 2-pack for the same price as you would get the Echo itself.
Yeah.
And so it would be kind of foolish. Yeah. Except for one thing, Steve. Except for one thing. When I started getting Echoes, I got the free, smart light bulbs.
Uh-huh.
And I'll tell you what, it's like turning on the fire hose. Now, everything in my house has to be smart, and
Yeah.
spending all my money on smart light bulbs because I got, it's the Amazon drug dealer situation where the first 2 light bulbs are free.
Yeah.
No, but it is a fantastic deal. I would
It is.
definitely go check that out. I will throw a link to that in the description. Let's see. That is the Amazon Echo with the light bulbs. All right. So, yep, I think it's posting. There we go. Yeah, it should be going. So yeah, you can go there, check out the Echo, and I heartily recommend that one. And I'm going to be testing some iterations of that here coming up pretty soon. I mentioned the Echo Show. I'll give you my initial thoughts. I've only been using these for a few days, and here's my link to that one, the Echo Show 8. So there's an Echo Show 5 and an Echo Show 8. Let me pull that up on the screen here. There we go. So the Echo Show 8 is the larger of the two, and it is shocking what a difference those 3 inches make. It is a pretty large unit sitting on your counter, your nightstand, or whatever. And when I first got it, I was pretty unimpressed. But as I've had it for a few days, it's really grown on me. So it can do quite a few things. This is what they had on their commercials when they first came out with the Echo Show. It was basically like grandma's knitting in her chair. She's been there for 5 days straight, and she'd love to hear from the grandkids. And so the grandkids call grandma on their Echo Show at home, and that is a great use case. Again, I intercom with the kids while I'm out here in the studio, so it's fun for them to call me. But the thing that I've found that I really enjoy is it's this nice, compact little, basically like a YouTube station in my kitchen while I'm cooking. That's my thing. That's been my thing with the Echo Show, is to use it as a video delivery device while I'm cooking or cleaning in the kitchen. And I was going to say, it's not just about the extra 3 inches. Yes, that makes the screen bigger and it's easier to see, but when it comes to sound quality, when you get the Echo Show 8, essentially you're getting the sound quality that you would get from the regular Echo, that 3rd generation kind of cylindrical device. So it is good audio quality. If you get the Echo Show 5, you can do some of the same things that you would do with the 8, but the sound quality would be more akin to the Echo Dot, because they just don't have as much room to put nice big woofers in there or whatever. And so if sound quality matters to you, then keep that in mind. But if you're just using this as something to monitor like your video doorbell feed or something like that, then either one would work just fine. If you're looking to save a little bit of money, you can go with the Echo Show 5. But honestly, this is one of the craziest deals I've seen all day. I wish I could. Can I zoom in on this? Oh no. Yeah, there we go. $65. That's 50% off for the Echo Show 8. Frankly, that's bananas. Yeah. And people should definitely go check this one out. I linked to that in the comments, so in the chat. So go check that out. And here, now I've got to zoom back out. That's what I get for trying to get fancy. All right. So, Steve, I'm just pushing the wrong buttons here. I'm really messing with myself.
Too many buttons.
The other Echo product I was going to mention, there is if you really care about premium sound, there is an Echo Studio, and I'm going to be testing this myself soon. But Steve, you've had a chance already to dive into the Echo Studio, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, okay, I must be a different product.
That's just you.
Oh man, I'm so excited, but it's on such backlog, it's crazy. But that Echo Studio, you can go buy it, like at Best Buy. I saw it at Best Buy. You can buy it off the shelf, but it's going to be $200. The Echo Studio right now, this is the premium sound version of the Echo, and it is going right now for $160, so 20% off. It's not a crazy deal, but hey, it's better than paying full price. The only problem is that it's not going to arrive for a while. This one's on backlog. It's been a pretty popular product, and so I don't have sweet connections at Amazon to get me a product. I got to wait like the rest of us, right? So yeah, I'm excited to test that one out. And once again, check this little row right here because you can get your free 2-pack of Philips bulbs with that one. So anyway, but the product that I really want to talk about, because we're going to be giving one away. Let me pull it up here. It is the Echo Flex. Okay, now this is the least flashy and exciting out of everything that we've talked about. However, it's still one that I want people to know about, and maybe you just don't. So the Echo Flex, let me pull it up. Again, we're going to be giving one of these away. So hang in there in the chat. There we go. Okay, let me show you guys the Echo Flex. And let me start by saying this thing's going for $10. $10, 60% off right now. Yeah. Now, I don't think I've ever seen it sell for 25, but usually it's like $20, right? So it'd be $5 off. This is $15 off the regular price. And then you can get all sorts of attachments that go with it. But if you just want the base unit, you can get it for $10. And I am going to share that link in the chat as well. So here's why I say it's not flashy, it's not exciting, it doesn't have the great aesthetic look of the Echo Dot or that premium sound. It has terrible sound, actually.
Yeah.
The point of this is, if you're someone who's not looking for something to listen to music on, you're not looking to monitor your video doorbell feed, you're not trying to watch YouTube videos in the kitchen like I do with the Echo Show. All you want is something to listen to your voice and activate smart home devices. You don't need the more expensive products that take up a bunch of room or whatever. This Echo Flex just plugs right into the wall. I've had one on the other end of my studio for a while and been testing it out. And yeah, it's great. Like I said, the speaker is terrible. Please don't use this to listen to music. All it's going to do is control your devices. But when you get one, if you want, you can get these third market attachments, and you can get these separately. So you could go in and do it with this deal, or you can buy these attachments separately and get them sent to you. I got the one with the smart motion sensor, and that's what I'm going to be giving away. It's an Echo Flex with a smart motion sensor attachment. And the cool thing about that is that then you can set up some really fun automations. So out here in the studio, I'm sitting in this chair all day and I'm, working on YouTube videos or whatever it is we do over at Reviews.org. Who knows? But I'm in this chair all day. And so I set it up where with that motion sensor on the Echo Flex, I said, if it detects motion, I want it to turn on my studio lights, which it will do. But if it doesn't detect any motion for over an hour, then it shuts the lights off. And that reminds me to get up and go, do 5 minutes on the treadmill on the other side of the room, which reactivates the lights, of course. And then I go sit back down and get back to work. But it kind of just reminds me to get up and keep moving. So that's, something I was able to do with it. Steve, have you ever used an Echo Flex?
Yeah, I actually have a couple of them. And I think my favorite thing about it is that there's no cable. So if you're going to use it in a kitchen, if you're going to use it in the garage, and you don't want to have this big, ugly 3-4 foot cable that comes with a regular Echo Dot, you can just plug this right into the wall. It's got a clean look. It looks fantastic. I've got the motion sensor and I have the smart light, or the night light.
The night light, yeah.
And so for us, we put one in the hallway. So it's right outside of everyone's room. So if any of the kids wake up in the middle of the night, we've got it there. And then it just kind of filled a gap of not having an Echo upstairs.
Yeah. And that's I think exactly right. Is you might have your main Echo hub, but then you don't want to buy $100 speaker or a $50 Dot for every room in the house, and you just buy these littler devices, and it's a lot easier to get coverage through your house.
Yeah.
And it's got what you would need as far as you can shut the microphone off. It's got that same functionality, and so if you want complete privacy, then it'll do that for you. So yeah, I really like this one. Somebody asked what the price was with the motion sensor. With the motion sensor, it jumps up to $22. And so the device itself is on crazy sale, but that doesn't mean that that you're going to get quite the same deal, although it is still 45% off what you would normally be spending. Or probably, honestly, like I said, it's very rare that you would actually spend $40 on that, maybe more like 35. So
yeah.
But still, that's 35% off or whatever the case is. So that's with the smart motion sensor. Like I said, that's the one I've been using. You've got the nightlight one, same price. There's a clock as well, if that floats your boat. But yeah, the regular Echo Flex itself, $10. Okay, so I did put a link in the description, but let's do another one. So if you are interested in shopping for that one, pretty sure that's the right link. Go check it out. But again, don't buy it. Don't put it in the cart yet till we're done with this giveaway. Let's do a giveaway, and then we'll have one more to do after this. This is, again, it's a review unit that I've been using. So yeah, the box will be open, but don't worry. I treat them very, very well. I treat them very nicely. So if you are interested in entering the giveaway for the Echo Flex, then please comment on YouTube or Facebook with what your use case would be. Why is it that you need an Echo Flex, and where would you put it? What would you do with it? What rooms? This isn't going to help you. What did the earlier person say? It's not going to help you keep track of the dog while you're at work, at least not very well. But there are lots of other things you could do with it. So I'll give you about a minute to go ahead and comment on that. And ready, set, go, everybody. I wonder. Oh yeah, here. I actually have this is the tiniest little box for the motion sensor, and those third-party devices are great. You literally just clip them right into the bottom, and they integrate completely seamlessly. So
yeah.
All right. And by the way, while we're waiting for another 30 seconds for those to come in, I'll just remind everybody you can follow me and Steve on Twitter. Steve, you're a much better Twitterer than I am, but people can still follow both of us there and keep track of what we're up to. Steve, it's called Steve Does because you don't just work on our channel, you have your own as well.
That's right. Yeah.
And this is a lot of what you do there anyway, right? A lot of this smart home and home security stuff. And so
I've diversified a little bit more on my channel with some other different tech things. But yeah, I'm just everywhere. You mentioned all the extra boxes that you have. If you were to look off to the side right here, I got in trouble the other day for, blocking up the hallway because we were having company over, and that took half a day just to clean everything up. So I've
been to your living room, Steve, and I've seen the horde. You're like a dragon on a pile of gold, and just all this smart home stuff.
Absolutely.
So, all right, let's go ahead and call it there. So if you've commented, thank you so much. Angela is going to pick a winner. Just a reminder that you got to be 18 or older and a resident of the U.S. so that we can send you something. We can't send it overseas, unfortunately. But Angela is going to pick some winners, pick a winner and send that over to me so I can announce that. Okay, here we go. All right. I like this. DaBomb 135791. Okay. So this reminds me of Steve. Did you have an email address back in the 90s?
In the 90s? Yeah, probably.
Do you remember when email addresses that was like a really common thing for email address? It was like FoxyKitty741 at Yahoo. Whatever.
Yeah.
So yes, despite my having made fun of your username, I apologize for that. It's fine. DaBomb 135791. Congratulations, you won the Echo Flex. So here's what I want you to do, DaBomb, is email us at info@reviews.org, and we just need some kind of proof that that it's you and not somebody else taking the credit, right? So screenshot your page there, something that'll show us that you are Da Bomb. We have to know if you're Da Bomb before we can send you an Echo Flex. And we'll coordinate with you, get your address, and get that all sent out. So congratulations. And we've got one more subject. Let me just make sure. Yeah, we kind of exhausted our Echo list here. So the last one is maybe the most interesting one, Steve. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's because it's Ring. Now, I have some fond feelings for Ring, but I haven't used it as extensively as you have. You've tested a ton of products, and it was actually on the strength of your review of the Ring path lights, that I bought a 4-pack of them.
You did?
For my own yard, yeah.
Yeah.
I got the Ring. In fact, here, let me get the. Here we go. The Ring Solar Pathlight 4-pack with a bridge, and I'm going to throw that in the chat here. You reviewed this one, and I just thought, you know what, that just looks easy. Just looks easy to set, easy to use.
Yeah.
So, here we go. I'm going to pull it up so people can see it. I'm starting with this one just because it's the one that I know, right? So the Ring path lights. People can check this out on Amazon right now. I put the link in the chat so you can check that out. But this one is going, the 4 path lights plus the bridge is going for about $112. That's saving $48 off of the regular price. So this is what it looks like. The thing that I remember from your review most clearly was when you said, my God, these things are huge. You took them out of the box and you're like, they're so massive, right?
Yeah.
So what are your memories of testing the solar path lights?
Well, it was interesting to kind of dive into the lighting side of Ring, because previously I'd only done cameras. So I only knew what the cameras were capable of, and some I like and some I don't like at all. But with the Ring lighting, I actually liked all of it. And something that I really liked about it is that if you are in that Ring ecosystem, how well everything connects together. So one example that I used in the video that I did is that for the Ring path light, I had it to trigger things earlier. So you can trigger, say, your Ring video doorbell, because I know a lot of people's problems with the Ring video doorbell is that the person's already walking away by the time it starts recording.
Right.
But if you have this Ring path light that has a motion sensor in it, once that motion sensor is tripped, it can kick off a recording for the video doorbell. So just that integration with all the Ring products, primarily their lighting stuff, I was really impressed with.
Yeah, I remember you talking about, how you could set up the motion sensor to trip things. That was what gave me the idea for what I was talking about earlier with the Echo Flex and the little attachment. And so I'm like, oh man, I could really get creative with this.
Yeah.
I ended up buying that Solar Pathlight 4-pack. And then I also bought a standalone motion sensor, a Ring motion sensor. And basically my street, it's fairly well lit for the first, like 5 feet or 10 feet on the path back to this studio. But then when you're walking past my house, it's pitch black. There are no lights over there until I put in the solar path lights. And so I set up the motion sensor on a tree close to the sidewalk and kind of pointed it into the yard. So if anybody starts on the path, they don't have to get to the 10 feet away from the path lights or whatever to trip those motion sensors. It'll trip the motion sensor on the tree and light it up, 30 feet before they get there. So there's all sorts of like creative things you can do with these integrations. It's frankly a lot of fun to try to like put these puzzle pieces together and all that, right?
Yeah.
So what other Ring products do we want to talk about? Well, and let me be clear, we're going to be giving away a bunch of stuff. Please stick around. If you want to get a good starter pack for a smart home setup, then hang out for a second. But what other deals have we found? There's a new Ring doorbell, right?
Well, so they redid the original Ring doorbell. So they have the original Ring from, I don't know, it was 2015, 2016, whenever it initially came out. They now have a new 2020 release of that doorbell. It's still 1080p. It doesn't have most of the bells and the whistles that you're going to get from, say, like the Ring Doorbell 3, which is their newest one. But it's at such an affordable price. It's a great entry, especially getting something in front of your door if you want, for porch pirates or getting a package stolen or just monitoring your door. I mean, this is just a great deal right here.
And it's this one comes in bronze and silver, so people can make their choice. Both of them are coming in at 30% off. And so with the new one, do you think have you had the 2020 model yet, or you've just kind of read about it?
I haven't tested this one. Actually, when I was looking today, I stumbled upon this one. I wasn't even aware of it. I've got the Ring Doorbell 3, which is like their newest one. That's $200 or something like that. But yeah, this one, it's a 1080p, just like the Ring 3. And for $70, I don't know that I've seen any video doorbells that are that low. I know Eufy's got some good video doorbells that I like a lot. Google's got some, but none of them that I've seen as cheap as this one right here. So if you're looking to kind of get your foot in the door, this is probably going to be a good option.
Yeah, it's a crazy good price.
Yeah.
For what was it, 30% off. So yeah, definitely check that out. There is, and you mentioned the Doorbell 3 Plus that normally goes for quite a bit. Let me pull that one up here because that one's got a good deal on it today.
Yeah, it does.
Here we go. The Doorbell 3 Plus, which I think is hilarious, by the way. It's they've got all these different iterations, and so you got the video doorbell 2, the 3, and now the 3 Plus.
Yeah.
All I'm waiting for is the Ring Video Doorbell Ultra, Infinity or something.
Yeah,
right?
Of course.
So I'm going to throw this. Gosh, I've got a jet flying right over me. I hope that's not too loud for everybody. Ring Video Doorbell. Gosh, I can't even type it out. It's so complicated. What makes it plus exactly?
So the plus is they've added that 4-second video preview, which to me is useless. It's super gimmicky. So essentially, Ring, they're saying that the camera is going to record a kind of a buffer of everything, so that way you're not going to miss now that person walking up to your door. But when you go and you actually read a little bit more into that, it says it's going to be at a lower quality, which is very true. It's quite a lower quality, and it's in black and white, and there's no sound. And if I remember correctly, it doesn't work at night either. So it was like, I don't understand like that being a selling point of that camera, or it, being a plus. Like they should have just made it the Ring Video Doorbell 3. Like just give it to everybody, because to me it wasn't really worth the extra plus in it. I tested it out and did a video on it, and yeah, if you guys want to go check that out, but to me it wasn't really worth it.
And the other Ring product that I know frustrated you was one of their. Was it the stick-up cam?
It was a stick-up cam, yeah.
Yeah, tell me about and to be fair, you're thinking you might need to revisit that, but tell me why it frustrated you at the beginning.
I do. So it's been really frustrating because the quality has been horrible. Like I'm surprised that they're even calling it a 1080p camera. To me, I feel like it's more of a 720p. Audio wasn't good at all with it. I did a comparison test. We tested, I guess it was just a review for that one, and it was horrible. But I've seen people comment that say that they've had really good experiences with it. So I'm actually, doing a test right now. We're comparing it to Nest, and it's been 3, 4, 6 months later, thinking, oh, maybe I just needed a firmware update to clear everything up, and I put it back up and it's still horrible. So
yeah.
So I may look at picking up another one just to see if it's
the device itself.
Yeah, to see if maybe it's the device itself, or or if it's just, comparing it to other cameras, it's just really that bad. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've not had a good experience specifically with the Ring stick-up cam battery.
Yeah. But with the other stuff, you have been really impressed with the lighting, right?
Lighting, I've really liked, and the indoor cam, I really liked. So
Okay.
when I did the test on the indoor cam, I thought that was great. It's a good affordable price. That one's having a good sale today also. So if if you're looking for a cam for just indoors that's not weatherproof, that's a good option too. Yeah, the doorbell I was just about, and then stick-up cam I didn't like. But yeah, the rest of the stuff so far that I've tested, I've really, really enjoyed.
Well, people can go check out the Ring Smart Lighting, and that's 32% off right now. It's
Yeah.
actually a pretty darn good deal.
Yeah, and that one comes with the hub,
right.
Because you do need to at least have one hub for any of the lighting stuff.
Yep.
So you'll pick up one starter kit, and then for everything else, you can just pick up one-offs. Or I guess it's a bridge. They don't call it a hub.
Right. Yeah. This is and this one, I'm kind of inclined to say like, well, I guess the 4-pack is okay, but you can't if you need a bunch of bulbs, you don't need both of the bridges, right? So
Yeah.
it's tough to know. People have to decide what their needs are and pick the deal accordingly. This is probably this is your best deal. If you know you want 4 bulbs, then that's a pretty good deal. For $20 extra, you get 2 more bulbs. So yeah, I'd probably go with that one. Anyway, so with that in mind, okay, Steve, you don't like the the stick-up cam, and you don't like the video doorbell.
Correct. Yes.
But you do like all the other stuff. And so here's what we're going to do for the giveaway. And this is why I hope people have stuck with us, because this is our biggest one of the day, and I just need to pull up my list of it because I can't remember. There's so many things I can't remember everything that we have on this this list. Here we go. Okay, we've given away an Echo Flex. We gave away a Nest Audio. We gave away the Argus 2 and the Argus 3. And now we're going to do a whole Ring package. So somebody is going to get basically the ultimate Ring starter kit, leaving out the stuff that Steve doesn't like. Okay, so you're going to get the best that Ring has to offer.
Yeah.
And let me pull it up here. Here we go. Okay, you're going to get the indoor camera, which Steve does like. Sorry. Yeah. Pun not intended. Indoor cam, a bridge, which, as you've said, is necessary, a motion sensor, a floodlight for outdoors, and a couple of path lights, right? Is it 2 path lights?
Yeah, I think it was 2 path lights.
Yeah. So, again, indoor cam, the bridge, the motion sensor, the floodlight, and the path lights. Steve, have you used the path light? How's that? Or sorry, not the path light, the floodlight.
Floodlight, yeah. So I use the floodlight. That one is battery powered. It takes 4D batteries, I think it is, but it's bright. It was definitely bright. Yeah, I was surprised, and it was a lot bigger than I was expecting it to be. But yeah, I thought it did a good job. Probably one of the brightest lights that I've tested.
Yeah.
So far.
That's cool.
Yeah, and just another one. It's one of those where it's got the built-in motion sensor. So, that picks up motion. It can trigger not only that light to turn on, but cameras to start recording too. So, yeah.
I love watching your test footage because again, I've been to your house. I've seen your backyard. I know, like how dark it can get.
Yeah.
And when you turn on some of those floodlights, it's shocking how bright your backyard suddenly gets. And
absolutely. Yeah.
Off of one light. So for that Ring Ultimate Starter Kit, this is so Pamela asks, this is where you comment to win? Oh, wrong one. Yes, it is, Pamela. This is where you comment to win. So here's what I want you to do is I want you to comment here on YouTube or on Facebook. I know we've got a few of you still on Facebook. Comment essentially what we've been doing in the past. It's going to be why you want this Ring starter kit, what you would do with it, what your use case is, as we say, what it is that you would be doing with a Ring starter kit and why you need it. Just as a reminder, when we pick a winner, you've got to be 18 or older, and you've got to live in the U.S. so that we can ship that to you. But other than that, go crazy. I'm going to give you about 60 seconds to make those comments, and then we will select a winner. So in the meantime, somebody was asking me a minute ago for other deals, other Cyber Monday deals, and I think I'm going to kind of drift away from our smart home stuff a little bit. But I will say that if you are into Ring and Echo, both of which are Amazon products, right? Then people are looking around for TVs. TVs is a huge thing on Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So if you are looking around at a TV, then and if you're into both of those Amazon products, then strongly consider getting a built-in Fire TV, because that'll integrate with your whole setup. And so I wonder if I can find, I saw a deal earlier. I wonder if it's still going, but I'll look it up. So Steve, you've got, I assume because you've got the Fire TV Cube.
Yeah.
That's integrated with the rest of your house. And so do you ever actually push a button to turn on your TV, or do you just tell?
I don't need to, but occasionally I do.
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Let's see. Nope, that's a Samsung. Although that's a pretty good deal. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, all right, I'm going to give everybody 10 seconds to comment with their Ring stuff, and Angela will pick a winner for us. All right. Okay, yep, Angela, go ahead and pick a winner. Send that winner to me, and best of luck to everybody. And I hope you win. I always hope everybody wins, but unfortunately we can't do that. And I will remind everybody, while I'm waiting on that winner's name to come in, we are going to be back next week. I talked at the beginning of this live stream about the dream job that we're doing. I would highly encourage you, if you haven't yet done so, to go click on the link to go check out the dream job that we're doing for holiday movies. It's a ton of fun. The winner of that dream job challenge really is going to get set up very nicely. And so please go check that out. And we're going to be announcing that person, the dream job winner, next Monday, same time. So it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. That we'll be announcing that here in a live stream on this channel. So if you're subscribed on YouTube, make sure you hit that bell icon so you get notified when we go live. Same thing with Facebook. Make sure you're following and liking on Facebook so that you can know when we go live with that. And make sure you enter and watch that. I assume today has been a fairly sedate live stream, and I have to admit I'm a little relieved about that, because next week is going to be bananas. It's going to be so much fun. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope everybody else is as well. Okay. I say sedate, but Angela just texted me and said, no, there are so many people to choose from. That's fantastic. But the Ring product, ultimate starter package, whatever we're calling it, is Joanna L. Joanna L. Let's see if I found her. 4 daughters, unable to buy myself something. This would be great. Also keep an eye on when they come in and out. Fantastic.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's a 4 daughters. Whew. I have 1, and so help me. No, that's fantastic. So congratulations, Joanna L. Again, if you weren't around for the previous ones, here's what I want you to do, Joanna, is go email us at info@reviews.org, info@reviews.org, and all I need you to do is just send in some kind of proof that is your account, so screenshot your account, have your username in there, and go, and we'll go back and forth, get your address, and get that sent out to you. So anyway, congratulations, Joanna L., and congratulations to everybody else. And for the rest of you, thank you so much for joining us on today's live stream. I hope you enjoyed it. And, again, this is all about smart home stuff. I hope we pointed you toward a few good deals. If you want, go back in the chat or rewind this after it has uploaded to YouTube, and you can hear about some of the earlier stuff that we talked about. But go forth, go get some great smart home deals, and enjoy your Cyber Monday. and we will see you in a week. Thanks, Steve.
Yep. Thank you, guys.